Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Mo Brewster. You know you can follow me on IG at Miss ATL Doll. You can also follow me on the Post Up News. That's DAPOST Up News. I'm in the building with my homie Darius Bradley. And hey Darius, how you doing?
Hello. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So I'm super excited to have Darius in the building with me right now because Darius does like a lot for the community. He's just an overall do-gooder. So why don't you start by telling everybody a little bit about what you do?
Yes. So, my past background, I'll jump into that first. A former celebrity assistant. I did that for about 5 years. I started with singer actor Rotimi. He's on a show called Power. He plays the character Dre. I started with him.
Yes, Dre.
I started with him when I was 22 years old and worked with him until I was 28. Within those years, I've also assisted Saquon Simblo. She's a Broadway actress. She was nominated for a Tony Award in 2016, and I also worked with Benga Akinabi. He played the character Chris on The Wire. And so, when that all ended in 2016, I relocated here to Atlanta, and I've been here now for 2 years. Yesterday made 2 years, and I've since, started my first company, Gatekeepers Agency.
Okay, what exactly is Gatekeepers Agency?
Perfect. So Gatekeepers Agency is an assistant agency. Basically, it's similar to a talent agency. So you know how talent agents, they sign actors and they, put them out for work and send them out and everything. Well, that's what we do. Anyone that who is an assistant or who wants to become an assistant, they'll come to Gatekeepers Agency, home of the assistant, and we will look to place them with different professionals of all levels. We do not, we don't stop at a Cardi B level. We don't start at a Darius level. We start at all levels, so we can, everyone should experience having an assistant.
So what made you, because being a celebrity stylist, like it does open like a lot of different doors for you.
Yeah.
And you obviously have a passion for fashion, right? So what made you transition from doing that to doing this?
Transitioning from being
A
the
stylist.
celebrity. Oh, okay. Well, the celebrity assistant. That's what I did. So coming from that.
Celebrity assistant.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
Okay.
So transitioning from being a celebrity assistant, I was programmed to help one person, seeing their lives, prosper as he is now. Now I get to help a wide range of people. Now it's not limited to just one person. It could go forever, and that's what I plan on doing. So there's no better job than to staff people and get them jobs, and see a smile to their face and know that their bills can get paid because they have, they're going towards their dream as an assistant.
Okay. So how would you actually like to expand this project?
So Gatekeepers Agency, right now, I'm literally setting the stage up. I have a publicist, she does PR. I have like a few people that help me on the side as well. But I'm literally setting the stage up for the grand stage, which is expansion in DC, LA, Miami, New York, all across the country. Everyone needs an assistant. It's a small business owner right now in Milwaukee, Missouri right now, or in Milwaukee or Missouri, there somebody needs an assistant.
Right.
So, I want them to be able to have access to Gatekeepers Agency.
Now, when it comes to actually pairing somebody with an assistant, what type of want that to happen? So what type of things do you look for when pairing someone with an assistant?
Well, mainly, first I have to see what the assistant is looking for. I need to know that they are driven, no excuses, create solutions. That's the company motto. Once they have that, I can pretty much place them with anyone. I just need to make sure that they are that their desires line up with that accountant who needs a tax assistant for 3 months, or a lawyer who needs a assistant for 6 months. So that's pretty much how I would figure out how to place them together.
Okay. So where would you actually like to see this in the next 5 years?
Well, assistants placed across the country, the phone ringing every single day, someone looking for an assistant. Later on down the line, expansion internationally, Gatekeepers London, Gatekeepers Dubai, it's so many roads that we could go down with this. So, the sky's the limit. I'm not gonna limit myself as I did when I was an assistant for someone else. I limited my thoughts to believe that I cannot sit here right now with you in front of a camera. Like, I'm typically behind the camera watching my client, do his interview. So I'm not gonna limit myself, So the sky's the limit. That's what I can say.
What type of clientele do you have? Is it media driven? Is it, like, can you go from somebody in an office that does business work needing an assistant, or is it just specifically geared towards like the entertainment field?
Yeah. So good question. Gatekeepers Agency goes beyond entertainment. It could be a lawyer. It could be a IT professional. Mm-hmm. It could be an accountant. We're not going to limit ourselves.
Right.
I limited myself. Like I told you, I limited myself. I will not limit this company at all. If somebody needs an assistant who's in India, I'm going to figure out, because I can't limit myself. That's what I would tell a lot of people. Do not limit yourself and your thought process to your current situation, because if you do that, you're doing an injustice to yourself.
So if somebody wanted to come and get involved with Gatekeepers to sign up to be an assistant, how would they do that?
So the process is very easy. One, to follow up with what I'm speaking about now, you can go to the Instagram, Gatekeepers Agency. Basically, we start off with a initial contact interest. Submit your resume. We look at it. If the resume checks out, we do a video interview. Once the video interview checks out, we then invite them for our special juried interview, where you'll be interviewed by 2 or 3 people on the team. Mm-hmm. Then that's when the team will come together. We'll analyze everything from the video interview to the jury style interview, how we all we'll all come together and talk about it. And then once they check out, and if they don't check out, we'll then move to the next process, which is signing them to a contract, to Gatekeepers Agency, and have them prepared, ready to go once we get, inquiries that people need assistance. So then that's how it works.
What is your advice that you would give to somebody maybe looking to change professions or kind of step away from something that's not normally what they would do, just as you did? It's still linked together, but you took on a more of a different role, man in charge kind of role. So what advice would you give to somebody looking to change professions?
So I would say, one, follow your heart and your gut. Do not stick to a 9-to-5. Do not stick in the Starbucks. Do not stick at Kroger's. Wherever you're working at, that is not your destiny. I say, growth is the hardest thing to come by. It's called change. Yes, change. Change is the hardest thing to come by, because change is something that you're not used to. You don't want it. You're going to resist it at all costs. But I'm telling you this now. Do not resist change. Change is good. You cannot stay 30 forever. You can't stay 31 forever. You have to step up to the plate. And if you don't step up to the plate, then you are just going to be a regular person, with kids, working a regular job, not really going for your dreams, and watching other people on social media and on TV. And you're going to be a person that's just speaking, opinions of other people, when you could be in the front, making moves and people talking about you.
Okay, so before we get up out of here, why don't you tell everybody out there where they can follow you, where they can get more information about Gatekeepers?
Yes, so you can go to Gatekeepers Agency on Instagram. You can also Google it. You can follow me on I am D Bradley on Instagram as well. And I also want to dive into my book that I'm gonna be releasing. I'm targeting date. I'm going to announce it here. I'm going to target date of September 14th. It's 3 years to the date that I was let go from being on Rotimi's team, which was on September 14th. So that's my way of just showing that I've arrived. I'm not bitter. I'm not dwelling over it. I went through that whole process for about, 9 months of being down. Imagine being let go from a situation that you helped groom and grow. I
don't have to build. Imagine that.
Yes. So the passion that goes behind it. No damn excuse. The blueprint to jumpstart your career is that book. It's outlining my truth. My truth is, it involves a lot of people. that I had to deal with. I'm not sharing other people's truths, but whatever had to deal with my truth and what I had to deal with, and any conflicts that I had to deal with, if it's being in a club with all these different celebrities and fights break out, I'm in the club and I'm on the ground, you know, because I'm trying to break up stuff, or if I'm in a hotel, you know, with my client and news breaks of a scandal and we got to figure out a conflict, that's my truth. I'm going to be sharing every detail, and no one is going to stop me from telling my truth. You know, Dame Dash said one thing. He said, when you're getting ready to tell the truth, be ready to fight.
Absolutely.
So September 14th, I'm going to be ready to fight.
Okay.
The release of the book, I'm going to be ready to fight. And, you know, whoever comes, you know, bring it, you know, because I'm here.
Are you having a release party for the book? Because I feel like I need to be there. Because as soon as you said whatever you said about imagine being let go for something you grew, I swear I wanted to get up and shout, hey, man, Jesus, I caught the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. You know, that's the Atlanta style. I come from New York. We don't really we're not like, oh, let's have a release party. You know, I'm not used to it. But, you know, I'll probably have something small because I'm a very private person. I do not let people around my circle. I learned my lesson. You know, when I came to Atlanta, I'll dive into this. I helped a woman and her daughter. Her daughter is, you know, a female rapper, and she hired me to help her. You know, and I was helping them for about 2 weeks, and it was something about her energy, because I'm all about energy. And if your energy is off with me, I can't really rock with you. You know, I don't care if you're like, you know, a popular person, because my energy was off with a person who's popping right now, my last client, right? The energy wasn't lining up. You have to let go, because I held on, right? So with this situation, she turned out to be a very horrible, evil person. Come to find out, she was the woman that falsely accused Colin Kaepernick of rape in 2013. I did my research on her. And
the daughter or the mom?
The mom. And it all made sense how she lashed out and was yelling and doing all this crazy stuff. So I was like, oh no. I went on lockdown from that day, and she even called my client, you know, was blasting me, but God had my back, because I was sitting with my client when she called and recorded her, you know, and then told her, you know, she better fall back, because I have her on 9 minutes of audio just talking shit, that I will be working at McDonald's. I'm still not working at McDonald's right now. I'm doing pretty well. So, you know, it's all about protecting your circle, you know, staying faith-based, and not allowing other people's opinions to dictate the direction of your career.
Absolutely.
I will never allow a person to come in my circle or around me and tell me how I should move. You know, I did that for 5 years, and I won't allow it to happen anymore.
Amen, amen, amen. I don't know what else to say. I'm ready to read the book, even though I probably could have sat down and wrote it with you.
Yeah.
I feel like you're speaking, you're telling your truth, but I feel like you're speaking my truth.
That's the whole purpose. I'm going to be talking to so many people, because I'm going to be giving the real. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to share my mistakes. I'm going to share that I wasn't the best person, because I did do stuff, you know, people backstab me. But one thing that I do not do, that I haven't done, is lie. I do not do that. I don't get into that business. I don't even white lie. So me sitting and doing interviews is probably not the best thing, because if somebody asks me a question, you know, I'm going to tell the truth, because I can't even, I won't lie in front of someone and tell them, oh, you know, I did do this. If I didn't do it, I'm not going to tell you that I didn't, because it's fake. You know, I'm all about what you see is what you get, and what you see is someone that is real, authentic, and not going to lie and give it to you straight, you know? So no damn excuse is going to talk to the people like you, like myself, any professional, any person who's interning right now. I'm going to talk about my intern experiences from when I was, you know, threatened to be blackballed at 21 years old, you know, for something that I didn't even do, that come to find out was fake, you know. And then to see that professional, she's now working with Cardi B. She's, you know, doing her thing. She was already, you know, popping before Cardi B. But to see that person do all that stuff, and then have a full circle moment back in 2015 when my client Rotimi was then performing in front of Atlantic Records. And she then walks up and shakes his hand, but he already knew who she was, because we spoke about it, you know. I'm going to be talking about that little situation in the book as well. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff.
I'm ready for the book to come out, baby. Yeah. And then, you know what's going to happen? Because, you know, I'll tell you when we get off the air. But you gonna come back for another interview when this book drops.
I'm coming back to everybody who's interviewing me now. I don't care what level, because I know how it feels to start from the bottom. I know how the grind that it takes to get to where you got to get to. I don't care how big I get, I'm going to always make sure that I come back to, the people that I, started from the bottom with, or whoever took a chance to interview me. Yeah. I'm going to return it back in a big favor. I don't care how big I get. I could be a big millionaire. I will still come back and talk to anyone, because that's just the type of person I am, because I went through it.
This guy, I'm done. We're done. You guys know who it is. It's your girl, Miss ATL Doll. You can follow me on IG at Miss ATL Doll. You can also follow me on the Post Up News. That's DAPOST Up News. And me and D Bradley, we up out.
Yes. Thank you.